Hello everybody, it's your friendly GreenFlamingo, and today we are playing the 1080p benchmarks for Counter-Strike Source on the Nvidia Quadro M2000. This graphics card has 4 gigs of GDDR5, and we will be doing the test. The FPS meter is up in the top left corner here. We have our averages, our latency, current average. I believe this is low, this is average, this is 1% low, this is 1.1%. You will see. Whichever one is not lowest is going to be up there soon. If anybody who uses MSI Afterburner knows how to make these appear as a list down the list like this, so that you can see 1% lows labeled as such, that'd be very useful. Let me know in the comment section if you happen to know that. Might give you a heart on the comment. Anyway, let's go. We are going to, once again, play some Dust 2 Deathmatch, because Dust 2 is the most played map in all of Counter-Strike, and so it's a pretty valid benchmark. We are going to be starting things off, of course, 1080p. This is the 1080p resolution test. We will be doing all lowest settings first. I personally recommend, if you can get away with it, which I know this graphics card can, that you should absolutely put shadow detail on high, because that will really help with maximizing visibility of enemies. And whatever you do settings-wise, keep high dynamic range off, because it really negatively impacts visibility. Anyway, we shall load in and play. Alrighty. Auto assign, auto select. Oh, we're on T side this time. Fun. Let's see how this goes. Let's do random, because I love random weapons every now and then. And having just recently played Counter-Strike Condition Zero, I sure do like how this Counter-Strike's the one that made decent crosshairs a default, as opposed to something that servers have to implement mods for. Very nice. Anyway, let's get the gameplay going. We're going to start by Russian B, because that's how we should start our day on Dust 2 T side. I'm going to just play the game as I normally do, because I think a good benchmark is done by just playing the game as any normal player would, as if it weren't a benchmark. So the frame rates are all up on the top, and I'm going to start the tracking of benchmark mode here for you all, and let's go. Alrighty. Let's go for going down this time. Let's try that. I don't know how much a person who does benchmarking should talk in their games, but I'm just going to do it how I feel like it, because that's how I play games. I tend to be a talkative player. Oh. Did I just get... I got knifed. Dang, okay.
Killing spree.
Interesting.
Double kill.
Let's
Multi-kill.
take down mid from this side then. Oh, there's offers and stuff down there. I probably shouldn't be trying to fight that unless I happen to have a sniper rifle on me. In that case, let's try to just get across, get to that side, then advance, and then hopefully not get shanked out of nowhere this time. Didn't quite aim on him on time. Still have to warm up a little bit. Usually I don't really get dialed in a game until it's been like 15 minutes at least. Alright. Let's try to take over Cat now, because why not? And shoot, this is going to be very hard to avoid that, but I think I just made it past there. Stay down to this side, so I can best avoid any unnecessary conflict from a disadvantageous position. It's very easy to get naded from Cat, so it's generally a good idea to get out of there on deathmatch as quickly as you can. Anyway, that's our first round. Let's play a full round, of course, because we need a full round on the lowest settings. As you can see, shadows are, well, on their lowest preset, and you can tell because you can't see the silhouettes of players through just as they're about to advance on walls using their shadows, because, well, you can't with shadows not maxed out. So that was probably not the best idea to try and fight a guy with an M4 from definitely not shotgun distance. But, it is what it is. I'm going to now try and take on this side here. I'm using a sniper rifle this time, so it'll be interesting how this goes.
Killing spree.
Wait. Oh, I actually killed the guy there. Missed that one. Hit that guy. Got him. I don't think I'm getting good headshots, though.
Spree. Double kill.
Oh, hit him once. I am terrible at quickscoping sometimes. Except when I am good at headshotting. Normally that's something I don't get generally good at until I've really warmed up and dialed in. But, I don't need to be amazing to get a good benchmark. Just need to make gameplay and not get frustrated. Because nobody likes a person who gets ragey.
Multi-kill.
Unless you're Wings of Redemption. Not sure how many people these days know that. I believe the name was Wings of Redemption. Anyway. Let's go take down mid now. This'll totally go well. Definitely nothing can go wrong here. It's a very vulnerable position I'm in, but once I'm here, it'll be not as painful. Unless, of course, I fail to aim in time. Alright, let's try to take down mid-mid, just go down doors, just because we feel like it. I think best spot to do... Yeah, best would be probably to take this route anyway. Because then I'm not in direct line of sight of any offers. Holy! Okay! No! Dang it! How many did I get there? Alright. That was a pretty good offensive for, you know, being probably the most vulnerable position you can get in on this game. But then again, I believe most of the players right now, yeah, most of them are bots. Although there are some players. Let's rush Cat now. Alright, I'm the one with the SMG, so I should just charge.
Double kill. Headshot. Killing spree. Multi-kill.
How many people are not gonna notice me? Here he is! Here we go. Of course they were eventually gonna notice. Of course they were eventually gonna notice. That was pretty fun that I got away with it for as long as I did, though. That was fun. Let's go take over long next. I should probably draw my pistol next time I run out of ammo. You know, probably faster than reloading. Oh.
Double kill.
Got him. Okay, okay. Throwing gas nades at me up, but joke's on you! That gives me better visibility to get over to this spot. Actually, a guy just went shooting through there, so, oof. I guess I was visible from that smoke, I guess. Oh well. Let's go take over B again. Or fail at taking over B.
Double kill. Multi-kill. Mega kill.
Right.
Killing
Oh,
spree.
I didn't quite kill him. I need to remember to not stop pulling trigger until the player's dead. Alright, we got a shotgun. Theoretically, this is good for close range engagements like this one, right?
Killing spree.
Right?
Multi-kill. Double kill. Multi-kill. Killing spree.
Maybe I should have switched to my secondary. Admittedly, that full offensive I don't think was going to be winnable to begin with, solo at least. Maybe if I had a whole team offensive going, like really well coordinated one. Oh, that was just a friendly. Gosh. I swear, if I were playing competitive, I'd be getting kicked very quickly with how often I end up accidentally friendly firing people. Nope. Dang it. Alright. Let's try to take on mid.
Killing spree.
Alright, I think I'm gonna try and take over this area from mid here.
Multi-kill. Killing spree.
They have poor visibility entering from here. I would have a bad engagement distance from that guy. That guy would advance there, though. Unfortunately, it didn't matter anyway because I didn't aim for the head.
Humiliation.
Let's try to go straight down mid again because maybe I'll get a couple lucky kills. Plus, I got a Galil. It's one of my favorite weapons.
Kill. Multi-kill.
Oh, dang it! I bet on being able to reload and take cover there, but I probably next time should hide behind that cube. Maybe it would have bought me long enough to maybe react in time to draw a secondary. Get past there. Success. Charge down, cat.
Double kill.
He out-aimed me. Oof. One of these days I should probably go ahead and do, maybe one of these days I should go and practice in aim labs. Anyway, so for the averages here, I'm going to just go ahead and end the test results here. Our averages were around slightly above 300. So yeah, on average, this GPU is good enough to be able to maintain 240 hertz very easily with minimal lag as we go down to 194 FPS down to the lows. So this is more common lag spikes you'll encounter. This was enough to be a little bit perceptible, but quite frankly, 40 frames variation at 240 is pretty hard to notice, and I'd just describe it as pretty darn buttery smooth. I think these were mostly from load times, like just in the early beginning of the game when it was rendering in stuff. Our 1% lows was 152, and our 0.1s 97, which is not bad. That is still quite usable frame rate. You're never really lagging to below a high refresh rate. This is very good. However, we still have some extra GPU power to utilize, and this most definitely isn't the ideal settings to use for a competitive experience, as we have not enabled shadows yet. So on to the next benchmark. All right, so here we are at 1080p on what I would describe as competitive low settings. So this is the lowest settings I would reasonably use as long as it's playable. As you can tell, absolutely everything is at its lowest preset, except for shadows. Shadows are very useful for spotting enemies before they advance, and you should enable them at their highest preset above everything else, and leave everything down at lowest if you're going for a competitive low settings. And as we continue upping the settings at 1080p, you will see the theme here where I will keep shadow detail high regardless of our settings. Anyway, without further ado, let's get this started. We will head right back on to the deathmatch server, play 2 rounds, and we will also, of course, start our test. Here we go. Test begins now. Oh, I got a FAMAS. Nice. All right. That's cool. Pretty workable weapon for me. Assuming I'm warmed up. Admittedly, I have just pretty much finished the first initial start of things, so I literally just finished the lowest setting preset benchmark.
Headshot. Double kill.
Oh, there was 2 guys still remaining. Okay.
Humiliation.
That was not gonna be a winnable encounter. Okay. At least not without some teammates. Which actually we have right now. Alright, I'm the one with the SMG, so I should entry frag. And actually, I got him, but then I got blown up. Yeah, I think I got him, but I got blown up afterwards. So, they once again halted the assault. Oh, I got 2 of them! Unfortunately, that's not good enough to stop the Opper as well, and the Opper's still there. Alright, let's try to take down Cat instead, because they have a pretty good defense going on there. But I don't know, last time I was defending on defender side, I always found... Oh, this is what happens when I'm not paying attention. But last time, when they were really defending the doors here, they usually left Cat relatively unattended. I don't know if it's going to be the same this round, me on offense, but I certainly will give it a shot. Oh! I got pincered. That guy plus the guy that was hiding behind the crate there. Oof. That is rough. That was probably not going to work out. Aw, dang it. Alright. I think we've had enough mid-rushes. Let's go rush B. And what a better weapon to start this off with. A Galil. Okay, you know what? I need to retreat and rethink my attack. That was some really abysmal aim, and actually that was also abysmal reflexes and being distracted. Alright, lovely. Let's go for long again, because I've actually haven't been having some reasonable success doing that.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Oh, that was a nade. Oh, I almost killed him.
Killing spree.
When in doubt, blind fire towards doors.
Du kannst dir 2 Sachen aussuchen.
Ooh, I got op. Kind of feel like using it.
Double kill.
Boom.
Double kill.
Let's use it to keep doors safe. Because they're inevitably going to push here again. They always do it.
Killing spree. Multi-kill. Double kill. Multi-kill.
Let's keep Cat safe.
Multi-kill. Killing spree. Ultra rampage.
Nope, that was an enemy. Or not enemy, that was a teammate. Dang it.
Double kill.
I would have spawn killed. I would have team killed my own teammate with an op. Yeah! Once again. Grr. Got that guy though.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Let's throw nade down, choke point. Then bring our pistol into the battle. Oh, hi. Yeah, round ended.
Prepare to fight.
All right. All right, we got a scopable gun here. That's cool. Let's go rush down long here, because why not? And because it's better than trying to throw the nade after advancing, I tried to throw the nade before advancing. There we go.
Killing spree. Killing spree. Headshot. Multi-kill.
Get across. Yes! Haha! Alright. My favorite spot. Also, wow, we got them outnumbered here from both angles. Oh boy. Wonder how long this will last.
Killing double kill.
Pretty much until an opera comes here, I bet. Oh, super nade.
Double kill. Killing spree.
Really nailing it now.
Killing spree.
This is a pretty usable spot, I'd say.
Headshot. Double kill. Multi-kill.
Yeah, because I can use this to sort of make it so the heads of only people that are closer to me appear for me. Sort of isolate some of the fights, so it's never more than like a 1v2, which I think is so much better. Alright, let's keep this up.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Come on, advance. I know you guys want to. It'd be really funny if they managed to flank us through door.
Double
From
kill.
behind us if they went all the way around.
Killing spree. Dominating.
When in doubt, shoot anyway! And they're gonna advance here again. It's their spawn, so I don't really see any point in advancing to spawn here. Other than YOLO, I guess. I mean, admittedly, I could just say screw it and go for it anyway. Gotta keep aimed at head level, though. And that failed very quickly. As it turns out, jumping straight into enemy spawn might not be the brightest idea in the world.
Double kill.
You know, getting into a 1v, 9 or 10 or however many that was, that's not exactly the brightest idea in the world.
Double kill. Multi-kill. Killing double kill. Multi-kill. Humiliation. Mega kill. Humiliation.
Oh, so close. If I just aimed for the head, maybe. That was a good cat rush, I think.
Double kill.
Let's go straight down mid doors. What can go wrong?
Killing spree. Kill.
Everything?
Humiliation.
Double
Humiliation.
kill.
Yes. Here we go. What could go wrong? I mean, at least it went wrong in the way I intended and not, you know, before I got there. Let's go down mid, but this time try to maybe get into tunnel. See if I can get some good offense going here. And also, maybe next time not jump straight through the hallway. That was probably not a good idea. Let's go here. Why not? We haven't really rushed to B in a little while.
Double kill. Headshot. Headshot. Headshot.
Oh, I pulled it off! I pulled it off! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Alright, 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 alright. Let's keep them from advancing any further.
Double kill.
Yeah. It failed the second more than one of them rush at the same time. Seems I'm doing pretty okay, though.
Double killing.
Alright, let's try to rush down tunnel. But this time try to go down to mid through there. Try to take the side, because they're already... I have a feeling they're going to push.
Killing spree.
Be a hero. Don't
Nope.
be a hero.
Ah. Alright, let's see.
Rampage. Double kill.
Du kannst dir
Multi-kill.
zwei Sachen aussuchen.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Well, fun. Still got offed. Smoke didn't seem to really offer me much protection.
Double kill.
Okay, I'm gonna just get out of there. It's too bad on the visibility. I'll throw a nade down here just to sort of cause some chaos. Oh,
Killing spree.
darn. Oh well. Let's go down mid, take over cat again, because it seems to have been working.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Oh! Didn't quite aim for the head. Not quite. Didn't quite pull it off.
Humiliation.
I mean, admittedly, if I maybe went ahead and just picked a weapon that I'm good at and just stuck to it, maybe I'd probably do better, but I don't really feel like it. And that was really hilarious ragdoll there. Just froze in place while I was in the middle of falling.
Double
Wow!
kill.
I didn't think the Mac-10 could do such long distance there. But that worked out. Alright. So, let's see what we got. I'm going to Alt-E here, which is what I bound to pause the frame rate info. All right, so on average, we did lose about 10 FPS, but we are still well over the 240 hertz refresh rate we are gaming at right now. Keep in mind that this graphics card natively can't go above 240 hertz at 1080p, and you would have to go down to 768p to reliably get 300 hertz and shadows at the same time. So I would really just recommend going for 240 hertz in this game. So for averages, we're really good here. Lows, interestingly, went a lot lower here. 165 is our lowest, which admittedly is still a pretty high refresh overall. Our 1% lows, all the way down to 144, would be good enough to be perfect at 165 hertz and would be perfect for 144 hertz monitors. And then 97 FPS on the 1% low, which I believe was like pretty much the same as last time. So it didn't seem to really affect our 0.1 lows really at all, it seems. Yeah, quite playable. Let's bump up the settings to what I would call competitive medium. All right, so here we are on what I call competitive medium settings. So basically, in total, here's what we got. Medium model detail, medium texture detail, low shader detail, because there's no medium preset for shaders. We have Reflect World for water detail, which is what it always defaults to whenever it boots up. Shadow detail is high as always. It's the one that will stay high on its highest preset no matter what. We have bumped up to 2x MSAA, so we should see a little bit less jaggies. And we have went straight to maximum anisotropic filtering because on basically any card in the last 10 years, this should work flawlessly. So, and it will greatly improve the visuals. Once again, we have left high dynamic range off because it really negatively affects visibility, and you really don't want to get killed by barely visible enemies in this game. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this started.
Multi-kill. Kill. Killing spree.
All right, joining in. Once again, I am just playing as I normally would. We're going to go ahead and get the graph started. Here it is. I believe I've got... Oh, right, you can press Q to switch weapons too, can't you? That's probably a useful thing to know. Anyway, we're on CT side this time. Let's see how this goes. Oh, got flanked. That happens when you're spawn camping. Let's take over Cat. Just throw a nade down there just for the hell of it. Oh, hello! I barely survived that, but that was a pretty good engaging kill. Oh, and I didn't quite manage to beat him. I was also low health, so that probably didn't help. Oh shoot, he's advancing now, so I should probably go ahead and just get that done and dealt with, just to do my team a little favor there. And then we'll go for our mid-rushes now.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Ah, dang it! Oh, couldn't quite get away. Once again, probably didn't help that I was low health. Oh, we got a scout now. Let's do some sniping. Let's do some sniping.
Killing spree.
Dang it. Well, never mind. Let's go rush B.
Double kill.
And hopefully not get killed while I'm trying to cross.
Killing spree.
They're pushing. I hear them.
Killing
Or do I?
kill.
Oh no, yeah, there they are. Need. Oh, okay.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Lovely. Couldn't quite do a full stop on them, I guess. All right, we got a sniper again. Let's go snipe long because that's what snipers do when they get a sniper. And deal with these pesky guys attacking, you know. Cat, of course.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Probably should aim at head level.
Double killing. Multi-kill.
Oh, hi.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Okay, now we're over here.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Not the best spot to attack from, especially if they've got a smoke nade there for visibility.
Killing
Let's
spree.
dig over, try and...
Double kill.
Oh right, I'm on a sniper. I probably shouldn't go doing combat rushes in close quarters. Oh, that was a friendly.
Double kill. Killing spree.
Hi.
Double kill.
Oh, round's about to end. Alright. One more round, I think.
Prepare to fight.
Alright. And this time...
Play.
Oh shoot, I'm on a 60% keyboard.
First blood.
Oh, that's shift, never mind. That's embarrassing. Look at me being tech illiterate. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. Okay, frick.
Killing spree. Double kill.
No, please. Okay. Guns. Don't accidentally press that one again. Alright, 2-2, there we go! AK Deagle. Ugh. I swear, sometimes I forget how to think. Ah. Alright. Come on. Come on, I'm not afraid of you. Except when I'm reloading. Come on. Where'd all those guys pushing us come from? I thought they were going to continue pushing forever. Anyway. Let's keep going.
Humiliation.
Oh gosh, he's about to get knifed. But he's not about to knife me.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Fall back a little. They haven't taken over that. Alright, cool. Good. Nice. Okay, that... I probably shouldn't have overcommitted to that. But I did. Alright, let's go... Let's go down long. Just because we can. No, that was a friendly. Whoops. Accidentally pressed the click button. I have a very itchy trigger finger. Oh, right. That is Darwin Award. Down there. The Darwin Award.
Double kill.
This is not quite as Darwin Award, but still very Darwin Award. How many lucky kills I can get going down mid here.
Double kill. Double kill. Headshot. Double kill.
Oh shoot, I'm a bit low health, aren't I? Okay.
Double killing spree.
YOLO!
Rampage.
Maybe we should YOLO. Yeah. Reload. YOLO! There you go.
Double kill.
Then I'll respawn as max health. Alright.
Multi-kill.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get across without dying. Well, didn't die. That's good. Now let's go protect B.
Double kill. Double kill. Killing spree.
I missed the third guy! Dang it! I thought I mistook his head for the corpse that was lying right there. Alright, let's go down long again, because what can go wrong?
Multi-kill.
One of my favorite spots is right here. They always walk right into the crosshair, and as long as I keep my head right where this brick is, it will hit their head. As long as I don't have the reaction time of
Killing spree. Double
a
kill.
jellyfish. Oh, no, it's a friendly.
Humiliation.
Don't do that. That's being dumb. All right. Up, he's just joined No Man's Land. All right.
Killing spree.
It's gonna advance any second now.
Double kill.
Come on.
Humiliation.
Double kill.
Ah, I knew he was gonna go too, but I still didn't get the clean headshot.
Killing
All right.
spree.
That's more like what it's supposed to be.
Kill. Double kill. Rampage.
This probably is not a bad spot, given how well protected it is. Not if I get flashed, though.
Killing
Didn't know there were flashes on this server. All right.
Double kill.
Noted.
Kill.
All right.
Double
Ah,
killing.
reflexes of a snail there. There you go. They're gonna have a little bit of trouble advancing. Kind of just felt like it. Barrels are fun in this game, except when you get stuck on them.
Double kill.
He just got killed the second he hopped out. Very, very, very
Double
fun
kill.
ragdoll right there. All right. Okay, you know what? I'm getting bored. YOLO. All right. Reload
Killing.
and YOLO.
spree. Double kill.
Oh, I got naded. Oh, dang, I got naded from the other wall. Dang. Guy must have threw it in there.
Was gefällt dir davon?
I want to take advantage of that next time I'm on T side.
Killing spree. Double kill.
There we go. Got him. All right. And end the benchmark. Alrighty, so our averages was about 255, which is still above the 240 hertz we're aiming for. That's pretty good. 178 FPS is not quite ideal, I'd say, given we could, lower the settings a little bit more and get a more steady 240 hertz. However, that is still not enough lag to really be like perceptible as laggy, just sometimes a little mildly slower than it could be. Particularly affects motion clarity. From there, we have the 1% lows here, 133 FPS, which is, yeah, that's noticeable. That's definitely enough to be noticeable, but I didn't really notice it a lot, so I'm expecting that's probably, again, just loading in the map and stuff, I think. Or loading in the map as I'm, just starting out on the game. And for a 0.1 lows, we actually have a higher 0.1 low this time of 105 FPS. That's pretty cool. Got higher. Awesome. All right, so that brings us on to what will be high settings, which is just called high settings because Shadow's highest settings is high, so it's just normal high settings now. Okay, no, it's still competitive high because we're disabling HDR. Alrighty, so here we are now on competitive high settings. So we once again have high dynamic range turned off, which is what makes us competitive. It's no longer competitive because of high shadow detail, because high is just high. Here we have high model detail, high texture detail, high shader detail. The only settings that go higher from here is shaders and anti-aliasing and textures. Anyway, let's get this going. We shall join in on Dust 2 Deathmatch once again, and then get our frame meter started. There we go. All right, auto assign, auto select. I'm gonna go M4 this time because I feel like it.
Double kill.
So we're gonna go ahead and do M3, Desert Eagle, and get this going. I think we're going to start off
Double kill.
with taking over tunnels. Oh, there was a guy hiding here this whole time. Thank you, teammate, for spotting him because I was blind and didn't really
Killing
notice.
spree. Double kill. Multi kill. Mega kill.
All right. Nate.
Double kill. Multi kill. Killing
Holy smokes! That's great.
shot.
Oh, that was great. Oh.
Kill.
Okay, next let's try to take over mid from going through the hallways. Also, they're probably about to advance any second now because they did kill me. Oh, actually no, my players followed in my foot tracks and they kept things safe, and that was a flash.
Multi kill.
Huh! I actually got into this little spot here from the flash. Perfect. Ah! Why do I have to whiff just as I achieve my goal? Anyway, let's go down mid directly this time. What could go wrong? Let's try to take over tunnel from mid, I think. It's actually very convenient smoke for me.
Double kill.
Oh gosh darn it! I even managed to catch him off guard briefly. Dang it. Let's just go straight down mid then. Because, that's gonna go better.
Double kill. Headshot. Multi kill. Killing double kill.
Just going for it. There you go. All right, let's keep going. All right, definitely not feeling as smooth, I will definitely just say, particularly when there's a lot of players. Like around here, this, for the most part, this area right here, yeah, for the most part, is just around the mid-170s. It still feels very smooth. It's just I can definitely tell it's not 240 hertz. It's not quite as smooth. Motion clarity is just not quite there, but
Killing spree.
you'd still have a very good time on medium settings here, on competitive medium.
Double kill.
Hi.
Humiliation.
Got him. Oh, just as he charged too. I've been trying to be careful to keep the little bit of the sliver of that line of sight visible from before the column because they don't usually check to shoot before that. So I can use that as a little bit of a chance to get a little bit of an early warning that they're about to advance that side from my peripheral vision. But unfortunately, guy still managed to do everything in time. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Okay, I made it up. Okay, shoot, I need to withdraw. And he still survived that. Aye. Very good flashbang right there. That was perfect. Anyway, just to keep him from pushing that direction real quick there. There we go, got him dealt with. Okay, now it's easier. It's easier to defend from here. Okay, and actually it didn't matter because we still ended up finishing the round anyway. All right, so here is our averages. Just pause it real quick, the averages now. We overall averaged about 205 FPS, which is not the full 240 hertz, so it's not quite ideal, and I definitely was noticing that. Overall, it's just not as smooth as 240 hertz. However, I am very impressed that on medium settings here, competitive medium settings and competitive high settings here, that we're actually doing pretty good on frame rate. We're still getting over the 200s, which is honestly not bad. From there, our lows are definitely low, and I definitely notice them, but to be quite frank, we're still above 120, and it still looks very smooth. The good thing about high refresh rate gaming is that lag spikes become less and less noticeable the higher your overall frames are. And in the case of 1% lows, again, I think these were probably just from when we were loading stuff in, I believe, but still definitely was there. We have our lows here, 1% low, 0.1% low. We're not quite hitting the 240 hertz very consistently, but I would say this would be a very smooth 165 hertz experience at on competitive high settings, I would say. Personally, I would just go back down to competitive low on this graphics card and stay there for maximum, frame rate, because we can absolutely sustain a pretty darn consistent 240 hertz at 1080p. However, this is very, very good. Anyway, that brings us on to very high settings, and we're just going to go full stop. Everything gets maxed out. That's what we're going to do. All right, so here we are on the highest settings that I would use. Once again, we are on competitive highest, as I call it, which basically is we've maxed out the settings, but any setting that deliberately or really negatively impacts enemy visibility is disabled. So we don't have high dynamic range. However, we still have high model detail, very high texture detail, very high shaders. We're going to do, one sec, I have to also make sure to hit reflect all. And we've also got our 8x MSAA. This keeps disabling itself, so I just stopped bothering to turn it back on. 16x anisotropic filtering, obviously. Everything's at the highest. Do you need 8x MSAA at 1080p and higher? Not really. Do you really need very high texture details? I mean, admittedly, if you have the VRAM buffer to work with, quite frankly, you may as well, but don't really need it. Very high shaders, again, don't really need it. We might also encounter a very hilarious graphical bug I have encountered on 3 different computers now. But without further ado, let's get straight on to our benchmark. There we go. Our frame graph is displayed now, and oh boy, that is a lot lower. That is not quite as nice. Yet today I feel like playing the Galil here, and I'm going to use the Desert Eagle as well because it's, well, you don't really need any other secondary, and my gosh, does this game look very, very, very pretty. Holy moly. Very pretty, and I also managed to get a bunch of kills very quickly. They just kept advancing, so I couldn't stop shooting. It's just they kept going. They kept pushing.
Double kill.
Hi. Just put that there to discourage whatever push might have went down there. All right. Just keep going here. So right now, it appears that we're kind of averaging around the 150s, which is still pretty good, I'd say, considering we've completely maxed things out. Memory usage is also doing pretty good. Usually it's when you completely max out stuff, you start seeing higher memory usage, so pretty impressive to see that it's holding up just fine here. RAM usage is a bit high, but I think that's probably just because I believe this might be tracking what OBS is doing as well. I don't know for sure, though. Does anybody else in Nvidia says MSI Afterburner know if OBS and MSI Afterburner itself is using up resources? Let me know, just so I can give accurate info on the performance. Anyway, let's take over Cat, because I kind of feel like it.
Double kill.
Didn't aim for the head. I also didn't do short controlled bursts, which is what you really should be doing. Alright, let's try to take over Cat, but from mid. That's not going to go wrong at all. My English isn't going to go wrong at all.
Double kill.
Nice try, that was quite a fun jump you made there. Woo! Not really where I intended originally to take over, but still managed to get all the way over there. That's fun. Alright. Let's go and try and rush B from B. Oh, didn't quite manage both of them. That sucks. Guarantee there's someone going down there. I probably scared whoever was about to advance there. Either that, or there was nobody there and I'm really stupid.
Multi-kill. Meta-kill. Multi-kill.
Let's try that same spot we were trying earlier. Oh shoot, I think I just saw something. Oh, it was the nade of a fallen enemy. Oh right, I don't have the nade on me anymore. That was dumb. I could have used it here, but I decided to use it on a cat rush that never came.
Killing spree. Double kill. Multi-kill. Double kill.
few of them, I think, there. That was pretty good. All right, we'll do one more round after this one just to keep the whole 2-round thing going. My gosh, the game does look beautiful with these settings, though I personally would prefer 240 hertz. But my gosh, it is smooth.
Play.
At guns. And this time I'm going to use the FAMAS, and I'm going to use the Desert Eagle because I like the FAMAS too. It's one of my favorites. That and the op, but I feel a little too lazy to constantly buy it from the kiosk in this on this server. Besides, using the op is just kind of scummy on a deathmatch server generally, unless you're trying to get some really good frag montages. In which case, it's great. Probably should have just retreated, but eh. It is what it is. Also, they're advancing. So, oh, dang it! Well, so much for that. Let's try to make sure they're not about to...
Killing double kill.
Okay, I don't think they actually committed to it, though. I do think I might be a little outranged from that distance
Killing
with
spree.
the FAMAS. Let's actually just straight up push them.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
I don't know what they were doing, pointing their guns that direction. Oh, that's right, I still have a nade. I could probably use the nade this time. Anyway, I want to push mid this time.
Killing
There we go. That'll do something, right? No? Eh. Oh, that was a friendly. I'm sorry, friendly.
Double kill. Rampage.
Got so many directions of fire coming here.
Double kill.
This is dumb. Wait, if nobody normally checks that spot, does that mean that they wouldn't check if I'm here? Let's see. Come on. What are they waiting for? I mean, if you guys want to leave this completely unprotected, I'll happily capitalize on that.
Killing multi-kill. Headshot. Double kill. Headshot. Killing spree. Double kill. Headshot. Headshot. Rampage. Killing spree.
Okay, I'm getting a little low on health.
Double kill. Headshot.
What was that? Doing the 360 thing. Was that an attempt at a no-scope or 360 no-scope? Because, we need the 360 a little faster than that.
Double
Anyway,
kill.
my attempt at spawn camping was eventually going to fail, and it failed. Let's go push long. We haven't done that in a while. I see what's happened since we haven't pushed long in a while.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Oh shoot, we got some guys rushing down there.
Dominate. Double kill.
Oh, there was another guy right there. Okay. That also means time to line it up. And I failed. Dang it. Alright. Oh, shoot, that's a lot of stuff going down there. Okay. A lot of enemies.
Killing spree.
Oh, that was an enemy, but I want to reload first. Nope, that was a bloodstain. That's what it was. I'm gonna keep mistaking bloodstains for heads. It's a really, really suspicious thing to say.
Double kill. Multi-kill. Killing spree.
The amount of trigger discipline you need to be able to do that.
Killing spree.
Just be dead silent like that. Oh, perfect.
Killing double kill.
Anyway, judging by how many people are here that haven't been getting shot yet, I'm assuming it's
Double
clear-ish. There we go. He was still there.
Double kill.
There we go. Even got a good pistol kill in there before things went haywire. All right, lovely. All right,
Double kill.
let's go down mid. What could go wrong?
Double
Oh,
kill.
stopped advance that probably could have succeeded. Oh, friendly.
Double kill. Killing spree.
Wait, I got someone with an aid. Yes. Nice.
Multi-kill.
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Rampage. Multi-kill.
Friendly. YOLO!
Kill.
It's the last 5 seconds of the match. We should just do it. Yep. There we go. Alright. Gonna pause those results here. Alrighty. So, our average was 158 FPS. Not bad. You could drive a 144 Hz monitor and get pretty close to the 165 Hz mark on a 165 Hz monitor. That's pretty good. Even on the highest settings, you can have a high refresh rate experience in Counter-Strike Source on the Quadro M2000 4GB. From here, our lows only went down to 107, which is not bad. Again, if you're at 120 hertz, 144 hertz, 165 hertz, that's not too bad. Yeah, it's noticeable, and I mean across the board, we got less motion clarity here. However, that is still a very high refresh rate experience. That is more than good enough for a competitive experience. No, you're not going to be able to have a good experience versus someone using a 540 hertz monitor, but how many people out there have 540 hertz monitors in your ELO? That's another thing to keep in mind is, the more expensive a monitor is, the less people use it. So against just the majority of people playing this game, I'd say even on the very high preset, you're having a pretty good time. If you really want to be try hard and go maximum effort, you could go down to competitive low, maybe get away with competitive medium and have a pretty smooth 240 hertz experience. Definitely could have a very good experience. So yeah, this is quite nice. Anyway, so that means that we have concluded our 1080p tests. If you guys like the video, be sure to hit the like button. Consider hitting the subscribe button. I will probably be doing more benchmarks with the M2000. Probably go up to 1440p and 4K, obviously. If you guys want me to add ultra wide to the test suite for Source Engine games, I could also do that, as Source Engine does support ultra wide. And we could also probably do 4x3 if you guys want as well. Anyway, until then, I'm going to see you all in the next video. Bye.